in just a bit.
All right, Matt, thank you.
We are following a developing story in Australia. In Melbourne, the driver of a car crashed into pedestrians in one of the busiest parts of the city. At least 14 people were hurt. Some were told critically injured. The driver and one other person are in custody. Police do think it was a deliberate act, but they're still investigating a motive. We will continue to watch for developments all morning. There will be more coverage on CBS this morning at 7.
The family of a woman shot and killed by a Minneapolis police officer is voicing concern about the investigation after comments from Hennepin County Attorney Mike Freeman.
What are we to think? We are deeply concerned about the possibility that the initial investigation was not done properly and with the greatest integrity or sense of completeness.
In July, Minneapolis police officer Mohammed Noor shot and killed Justine Damond after she called police to report a possible assault behind her southwest Minneapolis home. Months ago, Damond's family says a BCA promised a complete and rigorous investigation into the shooting. Last week, a recording showed Mike Freeman talking about the case and blaming investigators for not doing their job. This week, the county prosecutor apologized for those comments. Now Damond's family says they're unsure about the original promise. Freeman says that he will share more information about the status of possible charges next week.
President Donald Trump celebrates his first legislative victory with a massive tax overhaul. The Republican-controlled House and Senate passed that historic bill. It's the largest redo of the tax code in 30 years. Experts estimate the average taxpayer will save $1,600. Americans will start seeing more in their paychecks in February. But as Jennifer Mayerly reports, not everyone is smiling about tax reform.
The president arrived at the White House to applause from fellow Republicans.
This will indeed be a very big day when people look back at our country.
Flanked by GOP leaders Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan, Trump praised the team he says helped pass legislation that will spark economic growth.
It's always a lot of fun when you win. If you work hard and lose, that's not acceptable. But
once Trump signs the newly passed tax reform plan, it will reduce the corporate tax rate from 35% to 21%. It doubles the current standard deduction for individuals and families and doubles the child tax credit.
But for your leadership, we would not be here today.
You're living up to everything I thought you would.
Something this profound could not have been done without exquisite presidential leadership.
No Democrat voted for the bill. Party leaders said promises went unfulfilled, and it doesn't provide enough relief to average Americans.
There are only two places where America's popping champagne: the White House and the corporate boardrooms, including Trump Tower.
The GOP tax scam is about bleeding the middle class dry to pad the pockets of corporate America and the wealthiest 1%.
Jennifer Mayerly, WCCO 4 News.
President Trump still does have to sign that bill into law. That's expected to happen in January, with people noticing a difference in February as tax withholdings from your paycheck adjust for the 2018 year.
Minnesota Senator Al Franken has given a 2-week notice of sorts, a spokesperson for the Democrats said yesterday. Franken plans to resign on Tuesday, January 2nd. Earlier this month, Franken announced he would step down following several sexual misconduct allegations. Governor Mark Dayton appointed Lieutenant Governor Tina Smith to replace him. She'll be sworn in the day after Franken resigns. The state will hold a special election to fill the seat next November.
3 men in northern Minnesota are on the mend following wild encounters with a black bear. The attacks happened Tuesday near Isabella. The first involved a 68-year-old man trying to save his dog from the animal. The DNR says that same bear then attacked 2 carpenters who were working on a cabin. Officers in Lake County tracked down the 200-pound animal and killed him. DNR says bear attacks are unusual this time of year. As you know, they should be hibernating. If you missed the midnight deadline to sign up for MNsure, there is another deadline coming up in January, but you will have to wait longer to get coverage. More than 75,000 Minnesotans went to the state's health insurance exchange website over the past couple days. For people calling, MNsure officials said most customers were able to get through, but wait times were long. The midnight deadline overnight was to be insured for January 1st. If you miss it, you have until mid-January to sign up for coverage that takes effect in February.